What's going on, everybody? Jacob here, Miami Dolphins Syndicate. For those of you that have watched this channel for a while now, you will know that Donovan is much more of a Tua guy than I am. I was really supportive of him when we first drafted him. He was the quarterback that I wanted, but I've grown a little weary as time has gone on, as he's actually been our quarterback. And one of the main things that was an issue of mine for Tua was I think he needed to gain weight. That was off the basis of we've seen him. He's up till now the smallest quarterback in the league outside of Kyler Murray, and we've seen him get thrown around a lot. 2 or 3 concussions, 3 different games where he had to exit the game at some point due to a head injury. And a lot of that is due to the fact that, again, he is one of the smaller players in the league, smaller quarterbacks in the league, and his lack of height, his lack of weight, his lack of stature in general has been a problem for me. And that has been a problem for him, clearly, based on the fact that he's been able to be thrown around pretty easily. I'd say Tua probably plays around 215 pounds. He's listed at 220, but he's probably closer to 215, maybe even 210 pounds when he actually reaches the field. That 220 is whenever they're listed at the beginning of the season. They get their height, they get the weight measurements. That's not what they actually play at. Like what you saw from Bryce Young, I think he was like 205 pounds. That is not what he's actually going to be playing at when he plays week 1 for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young's probably around 190 pounds. Kyler Murray and Tua probably around the same weight. Kyler Murray's a little thicker, and up to now, Tua hasn't been. But if you look at this picture here on screen, you look at some of the videos that we've seen on Twitter, that I've been seeing on Twitter, and Tua looks like he's put on a little bit of muscle. This has been something, again, I've been very, very needing of Tua to do for the Dolphins because I don't think his health will be able to sustain if he is as small as he is in the pocket. And some people could say, will this affect his mobility, gaining the weight? And I look at it as he's not the most mobile quarterback already. He's not somebody that's going to beat you with his legs. He has a few highlights. He had a couple good runs against Arizona Cardinals his rookie year. He's able to roll out to his left decently well, and he's picked up a decent run or two every now and then. But it's not necessarily a strong suit of his game. What is definitely a weak point of his game, again, is just the ability that he keeps getting hurt time and time again. And I really think this will help him. I don't really worry about his mobility. He's certainly more of a pocket passer than any sort of mobility quarterback that you see in the league. And if it does end up impacting his mobility, I'm not that upset about it. I'm not too afraid of the repercussions of Tua having to stay in the pocket. He's gotten outside the pocket. That's what cost him last year against Cincinnati. It cost him against Green Bay when he was running to his right and got pushed over. Time and time again, he's been in a situation where he's hurt himself, he's hurt his head, and I really think this could help him. I also think this could help him in his ability to throw the ball deep. Now, yes, he did have the most touchdowns last year in 40 or 50 yards down the field, but we know, Tua does not have a great arm. I actually beg you to give me a quarterback that has a weaker arm in the league in general than Tua, but that's also not his strong suit. That's not what he does well, but it certainly could help. It certainly could help his game if he is able to throw dots over the top and not underthrow them. Like we had multiple touchdowns last year to Tyreek, even to Waddle, that they were touchdowns, which I'm not going to complain about a touchdown. Every single play, you hope that they end up scoring. That's not realistic, but if they do result in a touchdown, I'm not going to really worry about the methods. I mean, Tyreek Hill picked the ball up off the ground and ran it for 50 yards. If they did that every play, by all means, I don't care. Whatever the way that the touchdowns happen, cool. But it definitely could help. There were definitely a few throws last year that, had he not underthrown it, could have been touchdowns just off the top of my head. At the end of that Bears game, could have iced the game with a ball down the left sideline. I think it was to Waddle. He underthrew it, kind of lofted it up into the air. Maybe that wasn't an issue of his arm. I know there's a pass, I think even in the same game, to Tyreek Hill down the right sideline that was thrown short, was a completion, but Tyreek was pushed out of bounds instead of going up the sideline taking it for a touchdown. Gaining the weight, especially you see here in this picture, in his legs, you see that the lower half's gotten a little bigger. Even looks like the arm's gotten a little bigger. I think that's huge. I think that could really help Tua if he is actually huge. I think that can be really helpful for his game, helpful for him to stay healthy, and I think he should just continue to add on the pounds. I don't care if he loses nearly all his mobility, and honestly, he may become more of a powerful runner, than he is now. But if he does lose some just just a stride or two in his mobility, I'm not really too concerned about that. That's not what his strengths are. What his weaknesses are staying healthy and the lack of a big arm. If you have big legs, that'll definitely help you in both of those cases. Do you think the additional pounds is going to help Tua by the time the season comes around? Do you think it's going to help him stay a little healthier? Let us know down below. Also, once you do go down below and comment on the bottom of this video, make sure to click the link to our Discord. Miami Dolphins Syndicate Discord. Well, of course, we'll be talking about all things Miami Dolphins with you guys. We also have parts in there for the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers that, two teams have been absolutely killing it. And love to get more of you guys in there to just really feel more like a community. So while you're down there liking, commenting, subscribing, if you have, make sure to click on that Discord link. But that's all for me. Again, make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.